Hey, what's up you guys? It's SuperRaeDizzle here. Welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how I became an artist slash YouTuber. And before I start this video, I just want to say that every single person's journey is going to be completely different. Some people, it will take literal decades to get to where they want. For example, Morgan Freeman didn't start getting into movie acting until he was in his 40s, while other people, like the Catch Me Outside girl or whatever, you know, they'll get lucky. So it just goes to show that every single person's journey is completely different. And another thing is that if you want to become an artist, there are tons of different paths that you're going to take in your journey. And if you are an artist who is watching this, leave it down below how you became an artist. That way you can help other people who might be in a similar situation to you, especially if you have kids or if you didn't always start out as an artist. If you're a photographer, if you're a graphic designer, please leave it down below. I want to know. So anyway, let's get this show on the road and let me tell you guys how I became an artist. So as a kid, I was one of those kids who loved art. I think all kids love art, but I really loved art. And I would tell my parents all the time, I want to be an artist. And I think they kind of gave me that kind of like, yeah, okay. You know, like whenever you're a kid and you're like, I want to be a fairy princess. I want to be a dairy farmer. You know, they're just like, yeah, okay, okay. I think that's kind of how they were for a long time with me. And pretty much throughout my childhood slash teenage years, I didn't really take art too seriously. It was just like a fun, leisurely thing that I love to do and I love to practice at it. And, you know, of course in school people always regarded me as like a good artist or whatever. And that was always nice. But it wasn't until I was a senior in high school that I started taking art seriously. Up until that point, I wanted to be all kinds of things. I wanted to be a hairstylist, I wanted to be a baker, I even wanted to be in the Navy SEALs, for God's sake. So all the seniors would have to write essays as to what they want to be and how they're going to do that and, you know, stuff like that. And it was around this point that I realized that, you know what, I do want to become an artist, but I don't think I will be able to get a job as an artist. So I knew what I wanted to do, I just didn't have that confidence to do it. And I had absolutely no idea how to become an artist. So I just practiced a lot of my artwork and just kind of hoped for the best. And when I graduated, and when it came time to go to my first year of college, which was a community college, I enrolled... Get ready for this, because I enrolled in business. It was so awful, it was so boring, it was something that my passion was just from here, it drained down to here. I hated that so much. So after that year of business, I decided like, no, enough is enough. I want to become an artist, so I am going to go to school for art. And you know, there was always people around me who would tell me like, that's not a good career choice. You know, most people who go into art business, they don't become artists or they have to get different jobs and you know. And being the thick-headed dummy that I was, instead of taking like a different safe path, I just went straight for it. I was just like, I don't care if I don't have a job, I'm just gonna be an artist. That's what I'm gonna go to school for. So this brings me to my next point. If you want to be an artist, you have to decide, do you just want to go ham at it and just go for it? Or do you want to take a safe route and go to school for something else and then get yourself established as a career and then slowly, you know, kind of work towards being an artist? Or you may not even go to school at all, you know. Every single person's road is completely different. So now that I'm in school, I'm just kind of focusing on working and not having loans and, you know, I didn't really take art too seriously at that point because I was in a safe zone. I still had like 4 more years of college or 3 more years of college or whatever, so I wasn't too focused on getting a job right then and there. I was just kind of focusing on living my life, which I regret because I should have started all of my YouTube and Instagram and everything ASAP. That's my advice for if you want to become an artist. Do it now. Just like start putting your social media, just flood it with your artwork. At this point, it's already 2015 and I'm going to be graduating in spring 2016. And so what ended up happening is that I realized that I had been slacking off. I gotta take it seriously now because once springtime hits, I am going to be on my own. I'm gonna be doing my own thing and that's absolutely terrifying. it was around this time that I really got my butt into gear. And so I started uploading seriously on my Instagram, like good quality posts with like tags and stuff like that. And I actually started getting a little bit of traction and attention towards my Instagram, which I thought was absolutely interesting. You know, I thought that was incredible that somebody wants to see my art. And so that's when it gave me my next idea of how I can be an artist, and that is work through the internet. So we have the idea, I want to be an artist, then we have the how I'm going to be an artist. So I'm starting to create this business model, you know. So after a while, I decide that the numbers that I'm getting, I think I'm gonna need more because I want to solely survive off of selling my artwork. And so I decided to start YouTube because I was thinking to myself one night, and this is where the story gets kind of slow because I'm going to go more into detail because this is kind of more how it happened. So one night I was, you know, stressing out about not even making any money. I was 22 years old and I had not sold anything. Absolutely nothing. I have never sold an art piece in my life. Of course I was really stressing out because it's like, how, like, all my peers around me, they were all selling, they all had clientele, and they were selling for good prices too, you know, and I was trying my best, but I just wasn't getting anywhere, and it was really discouraging. So one night, I decided that I'm gonna try to gain a little bit more traction to my art with YouTube. You know, maybe I can get, you know, 200 views on this video, and maybe that'll gain a little bit more traction for my channel and for, you know, my Instagram. And so that night, I remember getting a coffee table and then smashing 2 chairs against the coffee table, and then on top of that putting an easel and balancing it, and then putting my point-and-shoot camera on top of that and recording my very first video, the do's and don'ts of realistic eye drawing. And of course, months after that, literally nothing has happened. You know, it's already been months and nothing's happened. So I graduate and I'm in a really bad position because I don't have a job yet. I don't have money to just live off and do nothing. I'm not gonna ask my family to support me. So I'm just kind of in this position where I'm like, I need money and this is bad. And I end up having to get a job at a company called Big Five, which is like a sporting good company. And let me tell you, it was just miserable. It was the worst job. It like drained my creativity so much, and it was just not a good time. Like every single day I would wake up and think like, I hate this job so much. I hate how they treat me there. I hate how little I'm getting paid. I was not making the bills. All my savings was just going down, 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 and it was a really crappy time. You know, and I just kept believing in myself though. Like I kept uploading videos on YouTube, which at this point it was starting to get some kind of traction, and I kept just like posting on Instagram and hoping for the best, basically. And don't get me wrong, I was really thankful that I had a job, which is probably *1. It's much better than being homeless. But it wasn't what I wanted to do. Like it was draining my creativity because my passion was not in selling shoes. Alright, so one day, a week before Halloween, I will never forget this, one of the managers, who is just a jerk to all the people who are underneath him, like all the sales associates, he's a jerk to them, but around the managers, he's like a total kiss ass, you know? Basically, he lied about something that I did, and I got fired. Well, suspended until further notice or something like that. And I just remember going home and just being absolutely devastated because I couldn't even keep a job at Big Five. Like, and no shade to the company, you know, it's not like every single Big Five has a bad manager like that one did, you know. And I was just sitting in my car, like, crying and thinking to myself, like, how could I be this low? Like, how could this have happened to me? Like, I had all these dreams, and here I am now, just in my car in a town that I don't want to be in. About a week passes by, and I get my first YouTube check. Well, I'm thinking to myself, I'm at another crossroads in my life. Well, do I get another job working $7, or do I put my all into my YouTube channel? And that's what I did. I decided to put my all into my YouTube channel, and I luckily had a few videos that hit the YouTube algorithm, and I was gaining subscribers, and thus when I'm gaining subscribers and getting more view count and things like that, you get money. But in addition to that, more important than any money could ever be, I was getting a fan base. Like, people wanted to see my artwork, they liked my tutorials, they enjoyed what I was doing. And so therefore it was like flooding into everything else. So I had my YouTube and it was flooding into my Instagram, and from there it would flood into my online store, and man, it felt so great. I remember the first time that I hit 20,000 subscribers, I was just amazed, you know, and I'm just so thankful. And yeah, that's how I did it. I just decided that this is what I want to do, this is how I'm gonna do it, and I took that leap of faith. And it goes to show that if that manager had never lied and got me fired so he could be safe, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. You know, if I would have never worked hard and like believed in myself, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. I just had to take that leap of faith, and I just had to do what I wanted to do. I understand not everybody can just go out and become an artist. It's really hard work. But if you believe that you can do it and you put your 125,000% into it, you can do it. But anyway, guys, yeah, that's how I did it, is that I took a bunch of leaps of faith. I never gave up on myself. I worked hard, and that's where I am at today. I want to try to help as best as I can. So if you have any questions about how you can become an artist, let me know down below. I will try to help you my best, and I hope that everybody else in the comments will try to help each other. That being said, you can do the thing. Also, I love you guys. I will see you next video. Goodbye.